Tonight, new proposals at the SA meeting. Find out how the school plans to increase off-campus security.
President Trump goes to Congress to make a deal. Find out if the president got more votes for his health care bill.
And housing lottery signups are due today. How does the lottery work and how do you get your housing? All that and more right now.
This is CitrusTV News live at 6, your campus news leader.
Our top story tonight, it's just 3 hours now until the polls close in the race for Manlius mayor. Good evening, I'm Nick Papantonis.
And I'm Jackie Prager. The race between the current mayor and the former mayor could go either way. CitrusTV reporter Adam Unger is live at the station with more.
Thanks, you guys. Now, you already mentioned the election here in Manlius, but there are a ton of village elections all over Onondaga County, including Manoa, Skaneateles, and Elbridge. And that being said, we're going to be focusing on the one going on here in Manlius. You already mentioned these are two fairly familiar candidates, one of whom is Mark Paul Seraphin. He was the mayor from 2009 to 2012, and the incumbent Paul Worrell has been the mayor for the last 4 years. Now, when I spoke to a couple people, it seemed to be pretty 50-50, so we're going to have to wait until the polls close. There's 3 more hours, so there's still a lot of time, and a lot of people are going to be filing in now that it's the end of the workday. Worrell is continuing to focus on consolidation and reducing taxes, while Seraphin is more focused on infrastructure, including bridges and sewers. So all of the results all across Onondaga County are going to be coming in tonight. Reporting live from Manlius, I'm Adam Unger, CitrusTV.
Thanks, Adam. Interstate 81 was closed last night due to a shooting. 2 people were shot shortly after 9 p.m. while traveling north on the highway. According to Syracuse police, the victims continued to drive to the University Hospital where they are being treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Officers shut down 81 near Brighton Ave for the investigation and found shell casings on the highway. The highway has since reopened. Are you interested in enterprise data systems? Well, a new iSchool program might be the one for you. The college is announcing a new master's program in the field. Officials say there is a demand for professionals who are able to design and manage modern computing environments. Students will take subjects in courses such as cloud management, information policy, and data science.
At last night's SA meeting, SA President Eric Evangelista highlighted a plan to install at least 4 security cameras on Euclid Avenue. It's part of an initiative to increase off-campus safety. The SA Cabinet pledged $20,000 from their Student Advancement Fund to be put towards the purchase of the cameras. Evangelista says SA has also reached out to SU's Chancellor and the President of SUNY ESF for funding. Both parties say they are processing SA's request and have promised to contribute towards funding the camera installation initiative. In his report last night, Evangelista highlighted the logistics of the project.
There's going to be at least 4 because that is how much we were able to fund for. It's 4 cameras and 1 antenna, which is going to kind of centralize all of the information. What was told to me is that this will need to go through the Syracuse Common Council, which is like our city council, and they are expected to vote yes. These cameras that are the ones that we have to purchase because it's what Syracuse, New York requires we purchase, are these really top-of-the-line cameras. I can definitively say that there will be security cameras installed along Euclid Avenue before the end of the academic year.
Governor Cuomo's administrative team is complete. This morning, he appointed 27 people to positions including senior advisor, secretary, and speechwriter. The governor said he is excited to have a diverse group of people in his administration. The experience of his staff ranges from grassroots community organizers to ex-White House personnel.
And if you're one of the handful of people that still shops at Radio Shack, here's some bad news for you. The electronics retailer is declaring bankruptcy for the 2nd time, closing more than 550 stores across the U.S. 20 of these store closings are in upstate New York alone. Radio Shack admitted they are stuck in the 1980s, that's a quote, after more than 500 store closings in 2015. This bankruptcy accounts for 1/3 of the retailer's locations.
And with housing lottery quickly approaching, Syracuse University students are well on their way to discovering where they'll be living next year. But before the lottery opens, university officials urge students to be proactive and ensure they're prepared. CitrusTV reporter Sabrina Maggiore has that story.
Before the housing lottery opens on Wednesday, SU officials are encouraging students to take the steps necessary and prepare.
So know the types of rooms you want, know where they're located, and have Plan B and Plan C in place.
Prior to embarking on the housing selection process, students have to select their roommates.
And so then it comes down to who's living with who, and those are really important discussions. If someone's struggling, having those conversations, reach out to your RA, reach out to your residence director, come to our office.
After identifying roommates, university officials encourage students to thoroughly research and explore housing options.
Familiarize themselves with what room types are in different residence halls to see the number of them available. I mean, there are only 8 4-person suites in Haven. There are 4 singles and a common room. Very, very popular. But the reality of it is, sure, your plan could be, that's what we're going to look at when we first go in, but if that's not available, am I going to go to Watson for 4 persons? Am I going to say, I only want that, and if that's not available, I'm going to wait for another round?
Students are also urged to be realistic with their expectations and understand that the results of this housing lotto are, for the most part, final.
Really getting the message out that whatever you get, plan on living there in the fall.
Students should email the housing office or pay them a visit at their office in 206 Steele Hall for any lingering questions or concerns regarding the housing selection process. Sabrina Maggiore, CitrusTV News.
Well, Nick, this morning when I looked outside, it was pretty gloomy, but luckily today turned out to be a pretty nice day.
Yeah, far cry from what we had last week, where there was several feet of snow on the ground. But is more snow on the way? Gilat Melamed is live in the studio to tell us more.
Yeah, there was definitely no snow today. Look at the current radar, all that precipitation way to the northeast of us, and the temperature today very nice too. Right now 43 degrees, and we had a high going up to almost 50. Does this mean spring is here to stay though, or can we expect to take out the winter boots? I'll let you know coming up in my full forecast.
And after the break, find out why you may not be allowed to have your laptop on a plane.
And Stephen Hawking may not want to go to the U.S., but he will be traveling soon. Don't go anywhere.
When they test you, stand firm and move only when you hear the seatbelt click that says they're buckled in for the drive. Never give up till they buckle up.
I already knew that I was going to go to college, from a young age. I definitely want to major in political science, become the mayor or something, make the situation better for other people. My name is Justin, and I am your dividend.
They told me a bottle couldn't dream. That I would never become a superhero. But I learned how to fly. Just to come back in a new disguise and be the hero that I've always wanted to be.
Taking care of a family member can lead to plenty of questions. Fortunately, there's a place to get the answers, for them and for you. Find articles, tips, and tools from experts and others who have been in your place. The Caregiving Resource Center at aarp.org/caregiving.
Got a quarter?
You're watching Citrus TV News with Jackie Prager, Nick Papantonis, and Gilat Melamed with weather. Citrus TV News continues now.
The U.S. has banned electronics on some flights from the Middle East. The Department of Homeland Security said bombs could be hidden in laptops, cameras, and other large devices. The ban will affect 9 airlines operating out of 10 airports. If the airlines do not follow these laws, TSA says they will not be allowed to enter the U.S. The UK followed suit, creating the same ban today. And looking to the White House, Ivanka Trump will be getting an office in the West Wing.
The move may also include security clearance, though not government employment. Ivanka has been a close advisor to the president since his election. She does not hold a formal position in the administration, but she's had a hand in past policy decisions.
Some have questioned the move, as Ivanka's husband, Jared Kushner, is a senior White House advisor. The Department of Justice says the move does not break any anti-nepotism laws.
Meanwhile, her father, Donald Trump, made a trip to Congress today to pitch his new health care bill.
House Republicans hope the changes to the plan will get more conservatives on board. Conservatives, in turn, have threatened to reject the bill if it does not change.
Trump said he convinced enough people to make the bill pass, but many congressmen say Trump didn't do as well as he thought. And moving overseas, Syrian rebels started a second assault on the capital of Damascus today.
They targeted the same area that they temporarily seized from government control on Sunday. This marks the third day of battles in the city.
The Syrian military says a car bomb was used in the attack, but a group of rebels are currently encircled.
And former Irish Republican Army leader and peacemaker Martin McGuinness has died. He helped make peace between Northern Ireland and the UK. He recently resigned as Deputy First Minister to protest a government scandal. The Northern Irish government will be recalled tomorrow to mourn his death. McGuinness was 66.
And the man who has taught us so much about our universe will finally get to visit the cosmos.
Stephen Hawking confirmed yesterday that he is indeed going into space. Virgin Group founder Richard Branson offered Hawking a seat on his ship, the VSS Unity, which the physicist immediately accepted.
Hawking will be the first person with ALS to go into space. Scientists will be using Hawking's trip to study the effects of zero gravity on ALS patients.
From the Citrus TV Weather Center, this is SU's most accurate weather forecast.
Current temperatures right now across the area, 40s across the board, 47 here in Elmira, and then 42 up in Rome. Waking up tomorrow, though, it is not going to look like that. 17 degrees at 8 a.m., and it's going to feel like 1 degree, believe it or not, because of strong 18-mile-per-hour winds. Taking a look at the freeze outlook, northeast completely in that freeze outlook, as well as most of the northern half of the country. Looking at the rest of tomorrow, 9 a.m., 17 degrees, going to go up to 21 degrees at 6 p.m., and you're going to have some light morning snow showers around 9 to 10 a.m. And these winds tomorrow are going to be strong, 20-mile-per-hour winds around here in Syracuse, double-digit winds in the rest of the state, and that's why it's going to feel so cold all day long. Tomorrow's temperatures are certainly below average for March. Average March temperatures, high 42, low 26, and tomorrow's high of 21 is almost half of that. Looking at our 5-day forecast, tomorrow high 22, low 10. Thursday going to get some sun with a high of 34. And then Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you can definitely expect some precipitation.
So it's nice to see that we are moving into the 40s mostly rather than the 30s. Too bad about the snow, but how much snow are we going to be getting, do you think?
Tomorrow's definitely not going to be a big deal. Just a couple of snow showers in the morning. You won't even need snow boots, but nonetheless, it'll still be there.
Now we see these higher temperatures in the 40s. Do you think that it's going to continue to increase or stay the same around the 40s, or go back down and dip down into that snowy weather?
Yeah, it's actually not going to go back down for the foreseeable future. You know, this is Syracuse. I don't want to make any promises. There will be rain closing out the month, but 40s and 50s.
That's good to know.
Thank you very much. Coming up, a celebrity has vowed to not use pot again.
And a new role for Robert Downey Jr. Stay tuned.
This is the story of a boy who didn't talk for a long time. The boy liked things to always be the same. Any changes would scare and upset him. The unknown was an unfriendly place. The boy was very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where they couldn't get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. He wasn't trying to be mean, it just made him feel uncomfortable. Sometimes he would flap his arms again and again.
One day, I found out I have something called autism. My family got me help. Slowly, I found my voice and learned all the ways I could live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
If you see news happening on campus, in Syracuse, or across the nation, call the Citrus TV newsroom, 315-443-1177, or tweet at Citrus TV News, your campus news leader.
2016 was the warmest year ever recorded, but this year may be even hotter. That's according to a new report from the World Meteorological Organization. The study shows that climate change is reaching new highs in several different areas. CO2 rates and sea levels have both continued to rise. Meanwhile, Arctic sea ice is melting at a faster rate than usual. The report says extreme conditions are expected to continue. And March Madness already has a winner, but it's not a basketball team. A factory worker in West Virginia won Warren Buffett's bracket challenge. He had the most correct picks through the first round out of the 96,000 entrants. The winner picked the first 29 games and won $100,000. He nearly missed out on $1 million after incorrectly picking just one of the first 32 games.
American infant mortality rates are at an all-time low. The Center for Disease Control announced today that infant death rates have dropped 15% in 10 years. The main causes of infant deaths are also on the decline. The news is not all good, though. There is still a wide difference between racial groups, and the United States has the highest rates of any developing country.
Most people think of Robert Downey Jr. as Iron Man, but he's getting an entirely new superpower. The actor will be talking to animals in a new Dr. Dolittle movie.
Downey follows in the footsteps of Rex Harrison and Eddie Murphy as the classic children's book character. Oscar-winning director Stephen Gaghan is set to write the movie.
And renowned party animal and actor Woody Harrelson has made a bold statement that has shocked some of his fans. He has stopped smoking marijuana.
Harrelson says that there are many misconceptions about his status as a hardcore partier. He revealed that he stopped smoking weed a year ago, attributing this decision to, quote, 30 solid years of partying too hard.
And coming up on sports, women's basketball face a big tournament and lacrosse rankings have been released. Find out how these Syracuse teams fared and more coming up after this.
Hey, Hard, what's this?
That's my resignation letter.
You're resigning.
Why? Because you're constantly ignoring me. You're half as active as you used to be, and you get stuff like this. You've been putting me under a lot of pressure lately. That's why I'm ready to quit.
I forgot. I'll do better. Please, don't quit on me.
Okay, but remember, it's not what you say, it's what you do.
Listen to your heart. Don't let it quit on you.
Let's go for a walk.
Uncontrolled high blood pressure could lead to a stroke, heart attack, or death. Get yours to a healthy range before it's too late.
They said I have troll teeth.
That my voice sounded like a possessed baby doll.
That no one would ever love someone as stupid as me.
That I was fat, ugly.
Disgusting.
The effect of bullying is potent. We will no longer be the silent majority.
Now, when you see online bullying, there's something you can do about it.
We're gonna take action with the I.
I am a witness. I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness.
I am a witness, and so are you.
There's one thing you can never have sex without.
It's not something you buy.
Or something you take.
In fact, there's only one way to get it.
It has to be given to you, freely.
It's consent.
Because sex without it isn't sex.
It's rape. Consent.
If you don't get it, you don't get it.
It's on us to stop sexual assault.
Learn how and take the pledge at itsonus.org.
And now, your Citrus TV Sports Report.
Welcome back. I'm Brianna Adams with your sports on the Hill. March Madness is upon us, and the women's basketball squad found themselves as an 8th seed in Connecticut for the NCAA tournament. After an impressive performance against Iowa State, taking the win 85-65, Syracuse faced big bully UConn next. The Orange last squared off with the Huskies last season in the national title game. Syracuse could not stop the Huskies with 3 players scoring 20-plus points, including Kia Nurse, who shot 9 for 12 behind the arc. Senior Alexis Peterson led the Orange in scoring with 25 points, but it was not even close to enough as the Huskies shut down the Orange 94-64. Here's Coach Q with his opinions on the season finale for Syracuse.
For us, no, we are extremely disappointed. The glass is empty. This is not a successful trip for us. You know, we came to win both basketball games and we lost. But at the end of the day, you have to give your kids a lot of credit of playing hard and competing at a high level. You know, we prepared like crazy. I haven't slept in 2 nights. I haven't had any sleep in 2 days. Because we really prepared, trying to put the best team and the best game plan on the floor, and our kids been competing at the same level as we work as a staff. So no, we're very disappointed.
Now, spring football has kicked off for Dino Babers' team, and with that, changes are being made to the roster already. Sophomore Mo Neal has changed offensive roles for the upcoming season. The former running back will now play the wide receiver role. Last season, Neal finished with 2 rushing touchdowns and 357 rushing yards. Coach Dino Babers says that Neal's flexibility makes him the perfect candidate to change to the receiver role for the 2017-18 season.
He could be a receiver, he could be a running back. He can be an inside receiver, an outside receiver. He's got a lot of flexibility, and what we need to do as a family is make sure we're developing his weakest areas. I think we still have to wait and see what the freshmen bring in the fall, and then based off of how good a certain group is in the fall, we'll probably help decide where he's going to play for us. He's going to play. We just got to figure out where he's going to play.
Now over to lacrosse. The men's team continued to prove that Syracuse is a lacrosse school. The Orange are now ranked number 5 in the country after holding off Johns Hopkins in another overtime thriller on Saturday, 8-7. Syracuse is now 5-1 on the season. In the new rankings, Penn State moved up to number 1, followed by Notre Dame, Rutgers, and Ohio State. Syracuse will next face conference rival number 11 Duke, looking to improve their ACC record to 2-0. Now over to the women's rankings. Women's lacrosse is sitting pretty in the top 5 as well, moving up 1 spot to number 4 in the country. The women are coming off an overtime thriller as well, just like the boys, this time in Florida against Harvard. The 17-16 neutral site win completed a 3-game road trip, including losses against number 1 Maryland and number 3 Florida. Syracuse will return to the Carrier Dome on Sunday to face off against number 15 Notre Dame. Now over to the big leagues. The final stretch of the regular season is upon us in the NHL. The Sabres and Rangers both play tonight. First, the Rangers face off against local rival the New Jersey Devils tonight at 7 over in the Prudential Center. The Rangers are a force to be reckoned with on the road, leading the league with 26 victories on the road after a 3-2 win against Minnesota at Xcel Energy Center. The Rangers will look for 27 tonight. Now for Buffalo, the squad hosts reigning champs Pittsburgh. Playoff chances may be gone for the Sabres, but they look to finish out their season strong as they face the Penguins. And the World's Baseball Classic semifinals are upon us tonight as USA face a top team, Japan. The Japan team has been strong all tournament long, undefeated heading into tonight's semifinals. The last time a team has been undefeated heading into semifinals was the 2013 Dominican Republic squad. The U.S. are seeking their first trip to the finals tonight against a team that knocked them back off in 2009 semifinals. The prospective starting pitchers tonight are Washington Nationals' Tanner Rourke for the U.S. and Yomiuri Giants' Tomoyuki Sugano for Japan. The winner of tonight's game will face off against Puerto Rico on Wednesday.
Okay, now we have to talk about Leiden. I was surprised that he decided to pull the trigger and actually do this. Is this a mistake, do you think?
I believe it's a mistake. I was surprised, just as you, that he did it, but I have a feeling that has something to do with all the coaching changes. Now you have Adrian Autry as the assistant head coach, with Mike Hopkins leaving for Washington. And I know in the past, Malachi Richardson didn't have a good relationship with the assistant coaches, and I think that's what really pushed him. But in Leiden's, in my opinion, Leiden should have stayed another season, because this season was not too hot for him.
At least one more.
And looking ahead to next season, some of the freshmen, we're kind of still unfamiliar with them, but from what you've seen so far, what's your take on the team?
Tyus Battle is going to lead. Boeheim is training Frank Howard to be the next John Gillen, but he's still not there. But he's going to be forced into that position, and for that, we're hoping that Syracuse will see good things from the kid, but Tyus Battle is really going to lead that team coming into next season.
All right, thank you very much, Brianna. We'll be right back.
Hey, look, it's those guys.
Get some drinks!
Are you good to drive?
I'm fine.
How many did you have?
I should be fine.
You should be.
Go and step out of the vehicle for me.
See ya, buddy. Good luck. So turns out, buzz driving and drunk driving, they're the same thing, and it costs around $10,000. So not worth it.
What are you, superheroes?
Just four brothers who hate bullies and love this city. Gear up, guys.
Fancy pants peanut butter? A big screen television? You haven't even bought a sofa yet. A motorcycle? When your father finds out, he's gonna flip his shoes with two buckles? What do you even need two buckles for? Mr. Big Shot, buying whiskey shots for everybody in the bar. From the looks of it, I'd say nobody even remembers. Feed the pig.
And coming up on OTN, catch up on sports with Orange Press Pass.
And a full hour of politics with talking points.
And so thanks, God, for coming back. So what can we look for to tomorrow?
Yeah, tomorrow it's going to be very cold, so definitely you're going to want to bundle up, wear a sweatshirt, wear your normal big winter jacket, a hat. Not what you wore today, let's put it that way.
All right, and looking ahead to next week a little bit here, are we going to be seeing some warming trends coming?
Yeah, we're going to be seeing some warming trends in terms of temperature. You don't have to worry about any snow or anything. A lot of that is melting today. I was walking through puddles all day, but there will be rain on the way definitely as we head into April, so always have an umbrella.
Well, thanks so much. And move over, dogs. The U.S. Alpaca Show is taking place this week. The alpacas will be competing in the Denver for the Best in Show.
They're being judged on their looks, on the fluffy farm animals, supposedly really smart and sweet. Did you know that there are over 250,000 alpacas in the United States? That's a lot of spit right there.
It is. I mean, I know that one of my friends actually owns an alpaca farm, but I know that they're so cute. How could you just judge?
I mean, you look at that guy right there. I don't know. I feel like they're silent but deadly in that sort of way.
Well, you just can't make them angry or else they will spit at you. I heard that you have to approach them from head on so you don't scare them, which is fair. They like their personal space, I'm sure.
Yeah, I'll take dogs from now on, and that's all the time we have today. Be sure to follow us on Twitter, Facebook, and check out our website. I'm Nick Papantonis.
And I'm Jackie Prager. Have a great night, Syracuse.